footage. So I'll send you a message and I can get your contact info and we can figure out how to get it.
To clip it.
So
Did that moment earlier on the
yeah, I've got someone clipping mine.
do you?
So
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I definitely need that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
All right.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you
Stay
too.
safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Oh.
Okay. Damn,
All right.
dude, it still bothers me, that whole...
Okay, so you were able to contact or talk with another.
I can tell you the story. Okay, so what happened is I went over there and there was like a group of them, and I thought that the one that took a picture of me was in there, and I wasn't sure. So I walked up and I talked to one girl. It wasn't the same girl that took a picture, and I said, "Hey, can I ask you a question real quick?" And she's like, real nice, like, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" And then as I'm starting to talk, the other girl leans in behind her, you know, says something I can't hear, and then she closes up real hard. Like she's like, "Well, you know, we don't have to answer questions." I'm like, "I know you don't have to answer questions. Like,
yeah.
I'm just trying to say, like, I literally, my whole thing was so humble. I was like, dude, like, I just want to know if I did something wrong. I want to know so that I can not do that in the future, you know? So, like, I'm just wondering why somebody would why would a legal observer take a picture? And she just, I couldn't tell you the whole time. Isn't that weird?
The hell?
Yeah,
That's weird.
And when I walked up to the girl that took the picture of me originally, she had her phone down like this, and I walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, did I do something wrong?" And I could see the picture of me, and she was sending it to somebody.
Yeah. Huh.
Wouldn't that freak you out a little bit?
Yeah.
But they're
What are you guys doing?
Us, right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like objective eyes.
Yeah, they're supposed to, you know, they like the ACLU and stuff brings them in. Anytime there's human rights with the cops, they keep it all legal. I just don't get it, and it's gonna bother me, man. I don't like not knowing things. You know,
Oh, me too.
That's why I think I'd be a good reporter.
Yeah, no, I think that's why we vibe, because it's like
totally. Yeah.
I like that. If I don't know how a process works, I'm like, okay, I need to know how a process works.
Maybe I could ask like one of the medics, like Frank is cool with me.
Maybe.
I might be able to
Yeah.
talk to the medics.
Do
I'll
it.
try that. All right.
I'm gonna try and see if they're still marching, but
Okay,
we'll
cool.
chat later.
Yeah, Brad's gonna try and go.
All right, everyone. So yeah, that was some great audio and video. And I was just chatting with Concrete, and he was explaining his interaction with someone else here. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out if there's any breaking news in Portland. Let's see, I just got something from Twitter. We asked public health to provide critical services at CHAZ/CHOP, and they delivered. KC Public Health has now arranged mobile COVID testing at the northwest corner of Cal Anderson. They also now have mental and behavioral health resources and volunteers there. Wow, that is super cool. Let me see if I can pull this tweet up on my second device and show it, because I don't want to show it in the channel that I got it from, but I'll show the tweet. Which, by the way, to everyone watching and listening, I got a test today because I feel like it's the socially responsible thing to do. And the description by the person that gave me the test was, he said, "Have you ever had wasabi before?" And I said, "No, I'm not a big fan of spice." And he goes, "Well, this is gonna feel like you just ate way too much wasabi." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's I don't know how much in love with that I am." But it wasn't as bad as the description his explanation actually was. I am not looking forward to getting another one, but, you know, I'm probably going to be out here the next couple days, so I will most likely be getting a test again sometime in the near future. But it wasn't too terrible. So, you know, if you've been out protesting, or especially if you live in Seattle, I highly recommend that you go and get tested. And I'm gonna get away from this generator, and then I'll show you guys this tweet that has the information about where the testing is at or going to be here in the area. So See if I can get this in focus. So we asked Public Health to provide critical services at CHAZ/CHOP, and they delivered. KC Public Health has now arranged mobile COVID testing at the northwest corner of Cal Anderson. They also now have mental and behavioral health resources and volunteers there. Thank you, KC Public Health. So northwest corner of Cal Anderson is going to be, I'll try and show it by pointing. I wonder if they mean true northwest corner or possibly just the northwest corner of like the CHOP zone. But that's basically going to be the fist. So let's see. The fist is kind of where my finger is. And then the northwest corner is that direction. So I am standing baseball, the baseball backdrop. That is the southeast corner. Where we meet for marches, southwest. Far over that direction is northeast. So northwest would be back there. So yeah, if you've been protesting and you're watching, if you know someone that's been out here a lot, pass on that information so that they can get tested if they feel like they would like to or they want to, you know. So my test was this morning. I should have results tomorrow, and obviously I hope they're negative. You know, I've been doing what I'm supposed to, I think, out here. Rob, I don't think they're here right now. Let me see. So that tweet was sent at let me see if I can investigate. Of course, there's a ton of comments in that Twitter thread. Maybe I'll go to King County Public Health and they might have something. But what was I saying? Anything planned at shop for Juneteenth tomorrow? So I'm gonna try not to overspeak, but my understanding is that there is a recommendation of respect that CHOP be a place tomorrow for the Black and the Indigenous community, and those who are not members of that community will be hanging out solely near the outskirts.
Yeah.
I've been crushing it, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen you too. I've seen you around too.
Yeah. You guys doing all right? You doing pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good. It's Concrete Reporting on Facebook. I don't know if you heard of it. We're on Woke a lot. I mean, you probably know Woke. It's on Twitch. Yeah.
I am. That's because of Roger. You kind of mentioned Twitch. I looked at it once. I don't know much about it.
I'm assuming you don't care if your faces are on camera, right? Okay, cool.
I've been 5 days now. I've been in the same.
Right. That's what I figured. Yeah.
We've been doing like a lot of interviews and shit like that. So it's been good.
Yeah. I've noticed.
You had a lot of viewers though. You had like 500-600 people at one point.
That was just on this feed. Then on Woke there's like 2,000, and then on my some other.
And maybe just try and get some interviews with people as they come in and out. You know, maybe tomorrow is a day to get. I don't know. I guess I'll think about it. I don't want to.
It's basically just like dispel all the lies.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
And the whole live stream thing is amazing because it's like, no, there's no doctoring or editing. It's got out of the car. You can say, we literally followed us from getting out of the car.
Exactly.
Walking in and out of the barricades.
Yep.
Touring the entire facility.
It's the same thing I do. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't it great? Like every one of us kind of had this same idea. Like this is bullshit. We got to expose it, you know. And we just came out here and did it.
I guarantee you're getting responses too. Like I've had people from like the UK, Australia.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That are like, hey, we had no idea. Man. We thought you guys were like
all the time
under some dictatorship over in Seattle.
There's a lot of times that like right wingers or like people will like message me and be like, hey, thank you for opening my eyes. You know, I might not agree with it, but now I know that you guys don't necessarily deserve to be come out with the military or whatever. Right. So like, and I always try to like take screenshots and put that on the page. So be like, hey, this is why we do what we do, that kind of thing. Yeah. What's your? Why don't I plug your stream? What is it?
It was just actually came off my Facebook, which is CJ Halliburton.
CJ Halliburton.
Don't give me too much grief for the name. Immediately you're gonna say something.
I held my tongue. Yeah, right. Halliburton.
So Thanksgiving with Dick Cheney or anything.
That should be easy.
Halliburton, and much the same. And we've got probably I mean, 5 or 6.
We did 350 tonight.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
So, I find that the more you do it, the more it just kind of snowballs, you know, especially if you connect with other streamers and, you know, you can like kind of share viewers because.
I have no idea how to do it either.
Really?
I'm just figuring it out as we're
Okay,
going.
you said CJ Halliburton, right?
Yeah.
I'll add you and I'll kind of connect you to because we have a whole streaming network of like, and then it's actually even cooler because we have like the network of streamers.
Are you
and,
guys
like, independent
not going
reporters
to
that
bed
have
yet?
popped up. But then you
Where are
also
you
have
guys
this,
from
like,
anyway
really
that's
cool
left?
network of like immunocompromised people that can't leave their houses but they want to help, so they're like they're listening to like cop scanners, they're watching TV traffic cameras. Like
It's left,
if
yeah,
we
I
get like an
should say.
unverified report of like Proud Boys in the area, they can like search the traffic cameras and see if they're there. You know, it's weird. They're kind of like our handlers.
Guys,
you know?
you're amazing.
So I'll try to get you connected
You
to that.
regulars.
Yeah.
I'm heading down to LA
It's
on
fuck-
Saturday, and,
still
I
here.
know the guy that I'm going down there, my buddy that lives down there with his family, like he's been really active in like the protests down there, and so I'm curious if anybody has any ideas to like stuff going on in LA this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Anything going on, let me know. Like, so
Sure.
I definitely go and get on film down there, turn on the camera, and kind of see.
I would definitely try to get Juneteenth tomorrow. Juneteenth is going to be big tomorrow.
I've just been speaking to Danny.
well,
Was supposed
wait,
to
did you
be
say you were
going
in LA
live
tomorrow?
again, but
Saturday. Okay, so
I
yeah,
don't
I would
think he
definitely
is.
try to get the march tomorrow because it's Juneteenth. It's the anniversary of the end of slavery, the last day of slavery or whatever.
End of slavery.
Yeah. So that's going to be a big thing. They have a procession order, so they want the white people to kind of like be in a certain place, and they want some of the other people of color that aren't black to be in a certain place, and they just want to have it organized like that. So maybe pay attention to that. And I think it might be a silent march
think of
too.
something else to do as well in the meantime.
I am not 100%, and I have to do some research. But if I find that, I'll send it to your thing too. Yeah. We need as many people like us as possible out here because as many angles as you can get. You know.
Yeah. Oh, incredible.
Ian. Yeah, and it's concrete reporting on Facebook Live.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, hit me up, please.
Yeah.
CJ Halliburton. It's not gonna be hard to remember.
Sure. Yeah. Halliburton, just like the company.
Just like
Just it's CJ.
But nothing like the.
Yeah,
Just
but nothing like that.
testing the new
Let me ask you something before you go.
streaming
Can I ask you?
company,
Do you
because
get
that other one
people
just
kind of
kept
like suspicious of you
letting
because of
me
the way that
down.
you guys look?
So far,
Okay,
everything seems to be
I'll be
okay.
100% honest with you. When I first saw you guys around a couple days ago, and I saw you had the microphone and everything, I was like, I wonder what slant that publication has. You know, like you just like, you know, I think that we all kind of have these like predetermined judgments of each other, and I'm really glad that you talked to me because I got a chance to really talk to you, like and get to know who you are.
I know.
We had so many people approach us. That's why we got most of our interviews.
Most
Yeah.
of the interviews were people like looking over the shoulder, like where are you guys broadcasting to, what's going on, and it was really like, I'm a big white guy. You know?
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh, Andy's got a microphone. You see a lot of people with microphones.
Yeah. I did notice that too.
And
Yeah.
that was what I wanted, is like a ticket in. Like, all right, cool. Like,
I like
now
that.
we can really talk to
You should make some media badges for yourselves. That's what I'm about to do with one of my fellow streamers, so we can get some media badges. The one that we made actually has a QR code, so you can scan it with your phone and it goes right to the Concrete Reporting Facebook page.
Really?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a good way that you can just be like, here, scan my badge, and then yeah.
I gotta pick your brain because there's so much stuff.
Absolutely, man.
So
Well, I saw your microphone, and I was like, wow, I respect that setup. You know, so.
Well, it's scary because that's when people are like, what are you doing with the microphone?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Luckily, you're way bigger than me, so I think that I feel a lot more to worry about.
I'm not gonna lie, like I feel that energy too, and people are like,
Yeah.
if he does turn out to be an angry militant white man, maybe we can set up the guy we want to mess with.
Yeah.
And a couple people stopped and asked. I was told not to walk in the mirror. I was like, excuse me, and he was like, I was like, no. I'm like, what did you say?
Can I ask you one more question? This is actually really relevant to something I just experienced. Have you had any the legal observers coming up?
Yeah.
All around. They're supposed to be here for our protection, you know, obviously. Yeah. Have you ever had them come up and just take pictures of you?
A lot.
Really?
A lot.
Okay, thank you. I'm so glad I'm talking to you right now.
Every time we talk to people, you see them walking up and they'll snap some shots. And a lot of times
they just expect you to be doing something.
Yeah, they do this whole, like, they'll be behind all of a sudden someone will step out, stab a shit. I'm looking right at you. Like,
I know. And do you try to ask them about it?
No, I asked them if I could talk to them, and they immediately kind of walk away.
They just walk away without talking, like you don't exist, right?
They want nothing to do with us. And I'm like, I wonder what your agenda really is.
Yeah. It made me uncomfortable, you know, because I'm just standing here doing, like, I'm trying to record everything, you know. Obviously, I feel like I'm the last person that might be causing a problem, you know.
Right.
I'm documenting shit. I wanted to be like, here, take my feed. You can see 6 hours of me doing this shit.
What is their
you know?
stance? Like, where are they? What is the?
From what I understand, they like. Citizen organizations like the ACLU, they will hire them to come in and just keep watching everything, like any interaction with a cop, anything. They're supposed to like document it. And And I was thinking that, you know, I had my mask off when she got my picture, so maybe they try and take pictures of people like with their face when they get a chance, so that later if you mask up and you try and cause hell, you know, that they have your face. Maybe that's the only logical thing I can think of, because it was so weird and really kind of rude.
Really, right?
Yeah, and it just made me uncomfortable, man. You know?
I don't mind like having me on camera. My face is way too big to hide. Like, I have a big ass head.
You're not even masked up. You don't care.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, what? And it's easy to see. What blew me away was I was looking at some of the footage I took from Bellevue 2 weeks ago. And I know I was taking it back. I wasn't looking at that footage. I was looking at my Google Photos, right? You go in there, check that out, right? And I was trying to find a friend of mine, and I started seeing all these. You know, you can look through the albums, you can look at places and people.
Yeah.
I had just like probably 100 different people that popped up, and they were random people in the crowd from the live stream I did. It just pulled faces out of the crowd.
That's so weird. That's creepy as hell.
And so I'm like, I don't know these people. Then I watched where I went into the picture, and it was like someone on the other side of the crowd that just happened to have no mask on that was looking. And there was like 100 people, but like that one face. And I was like, man, that's crazy.
It's really creepy.
So then I kind of understood what some of the volunteers like. I don't want my face on camera, but I'm like, I guarantee it's on camera somewhere.
I feel like if the Leo observers, if they come up and like snap a picture of me, I was actually really, really polite and didn't. And even when I walked up to, okay, so I didn't tell you. Sorry. I know I'm keeping you here, but
no, dude, that's what we came here.
Okay,
for.
So there was a second. So she just walked away from me, and as I walked up to her, and I was trying to be like, hey, like, why are you taking my picture? Did I do something wrong? Like, you know, like, let me know so I can not do it again.
Right.
And I see her with her phone. It's me. It's the picture of me, and she's sending it to somebody. And I'm like, okay, that's even fucking weirder, right?
Really?
You know, I'm like, I don't know if you're sending it to like an archive or something. I don't know what, but
or she's into some weird fetish.
Sam, what you up to?
But then so then she leaves. She just walks away completely. And I was like, okay. And I find it. And so later on, I find another group of Leo observers. She ended up being in there. I didn't notice. And I walk up to the first girl, not the same girl as the beginning, and I was like, hey, you know, like, can I ask you a question? She was like, actually, like, okay, yeah, sure, what? And I was like, a girl took a picture of me earlier, a legal observer, and I'm wondering why she would do that. As I'm saying this, the girl from the first one that took my picture, she leans in behind her. I can't hear what she's saying, but she leans in. As soon as she did, the other girl like closed up. She was like, she was like, no, well, we don't really have to answer questions. And I know you don't have to answer questions.
Right.
I'm being really polite. I'm like, can you just tell me if I did something wrong? Like, I would just like to know so that I can not do that again if that's what I did. Nothing. Just like, nope. Sorry, can't tell you. Yeah, like it's just so fucking weird. And now I'm like, maybe I could find one out here and just get them. Yeah, maybe I can find one legal observer out here.
Find you.
Yeah, and just
sneak up on them.
And
that's what I get a lot of this one. You probably get it too. You know, people that do this one, they just loom over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Like they just do this one and loom.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I got like 500 people here. You want to say hi? What's going on? You know, like,
give me some space.
Yeah.
I had like
breathing on your neck.
Yeah.
We had like a line of people behind us. Like,
yeah, I'm sure you get it too. Like once you get that mic, everyone's either wants a chance.
Oh yeah, the mic will draw people for sure.
Or it like gets people to like
Yeah.
Yo,
I started putting this on
chat,
because
guys?
well, the other streamer that I coordinate with, he has one too, and so he thinks that if we wear these, that maybe we just like get like fucked with a little bit less, or
I
like.
thought you were part of the moderators for the event.
Exactly. Yeah. So we do communicate with it, but if people just assume that, I'm not going to correct them. You know, I'm not going to pose as anything. But I mean, like, but if you don't want to fuck with me because you think I'm one of the guards or whatever, that's cool with me too. You know.
We were just trying to follow the last march, and then we lost it because a guy stopped us and he was like, "Hey, let me ask you a few questions." Like, yeah, what's up? And he was like, "What do you think of all this?"
Is CHAZ gay? I don't know.
It was changed a lot over the last week that we've been out here covering stuff, and then he was like, "So, you're in the military? Are you a cop?" And he just subtly slid it in there because he asked about the police. What do you think about the police leaving? And I was like, well, it probably didn't go far. I mean, there's another precinct there. I mean, it's not like they disappeared. You know, then immediately was like, oh, so you a cop? And I was like, why would?
Yeah, I think.
No.
I think people are just making split second, like snap judgments by your appearance and stuff like that.
He didn't believe it at all. He's like, no,
yeah.
I don't believe you.
I actually, so I work in a tiki bar, so I have a large collection of Hawaiian shirts. It's most of my wardrobe. I had to stop wearing them.
If you work at a tiki bar, that's a smart choice.
Yeah, right.
That's a clever wardrobe choice.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, now people are gonna think I'm a proud boy. So I stopped wearing the Hawaiian shirts as much as I can, and I was wearing a flag mask today. Took that off today because I was like, you know, it offended somebody that was Native American. I didn't really think about that before, and that's what we're here for, right? To learn about things and adjust our behavior, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm just learning that. I'm learning that this split-second perception judgments are really important because people are coming up to me all the time about my mask and like, just like I don't want that kind of attention. I want the focus to be on you, you know, in front of the camera.
Absolutely.
So.
Do you try to field questions while when they pop up?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, I have a group of people, like moderators, the people that just really wanted to help with the stream, and I just basically deputized them to get the trolls the fuck out.
Shut up, man,
because
that's amazing.
yeah, there's like 6 or 7 of them, and they're on it like every day, just like I call it whack a troll. They're just like it's like the Hydra. You block one and 6 more pop up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
totally.
so.
Just treat it with kindness.
Yeah, exactly.
With kindness. Yeah, try.
It's only the trolls. See, I think that one reason why my stream is so popular is that I'll block the trolls, the people that are just coming there to make noise and just cause disruption and say, oh, these people should die, or death threats, anything, anything like all lives matter, just Trump 2020 over and over again, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then the people, like I make it a point so that they know that the right-wing people and people that might not share my opinion, they're welcome to come in and actually try and talk and try to, like, maybe we can understand each other and come to a middle ground, because I think that the media really kind of tries to divide us to the point where we dehumanize each other.
Absolutely.
And so I want this to be like a complete opposite of that. Like that's kind of like what I want to do.
That's great that you have that network of people that help support you in that motion too.
Yeah, and all my mods
How
get
it
that
works,
too.
Honestly, it sounds very confusing.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of disagreement. People argue, but as long as they don't call each other like shitty names and and like there's been a lot of good come from it. I thought like a lot of conservatives that don't really get to talk to liberals a lot, or people on the right that don't get to talk to people on the left a lot. And then maybe you can realize, hey, we're not so different, really.
No, that's amazing. And
Yeah.
I have a good friend of mine that I grew up with who actually, he was a federal agent for a while, but this was his home station, like the 12th precinct, back when he was a police officer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so he's been following the feed from the jump. And he had at first, it was awesome to see his viewpoint change. He was like, man, I talked to a lot of my alumni, or whatever you call them, like my other brothers from the police department, and like they were like all talking about militarizing and he coming up here, and it was cool. He watched some feeds and he got on mine, and we haven't talked in a handful of years, and he was like, oh shit, like it's not at all what we thought it was. We thought it was people that were like parading around on burnt flags and like like taking shits inside the station type thing.
Let me just test a little feature out that I've wanted to try for a long time.
Just recently was that we weren't creating our own currency. Like people literally think this in other states or places that are not here, because this is what they hear on the news, that now CHAZ, or they keep calling it CHAZ even though it's CHOP, like CHAZ is creating its own currency now, and the American dollar will be useless there. It's like, you guys have a really crazy delusional idea of what we're doing here.
There's no currency, it's all donation. Like there's no need for it right now.
Yeah, and most time they don't even accept donations, which I've seen too. Yeah.
After all, I really only want followers
When I get a kick
in here.
I'll watch it for a laugh until it frustrates me and makes me just want to punch my screen. Is like Fox News, watch Hannity, Tucker Carlson, these guys are on there, and they're like, a real look inside. I heard him say this the other night. He was like, this is a real look inside of what's happening on Capitol Hill. And they had like 3 or 4 people for like 5 minutes. That's the only people they showed. And it was like,
I've wanted to try that setting just to see actually who has been following the channel from the start, who the good guys are.
Gritty streets in Seattle. Capitol Hill. And I was like, what is that? And then they had like 2 people wearing uniform outfits, and they kept like, is there a drug? And they got the reporter, right? And the guy, you could tell is like,
What do you guys think of follow only mode?
Drug use, and I've seen some drinking.
Oh my God.
Like, and he was like, do you feel safe? And he was like, I can't say that I feel safe, or if this is an angry group. I was like,
okay.
He was surrounded by 3 people, and about 9 blocks between anything that would even have an answer to that question. But it blew me away. So I watch and I laugh, and then they start tossing out things. And the last thing he said,
Now the question I've got to decide is, do I accept this Twitch affiliate and stop streaming to YouTube at the same time? I've got a big decision to make.
The way I look at it is, the people that are in your chat going, oh, do they have jobs? Oh, do they shower? Oh, and they're constantly just trying to go for those kinds of things. Yeah. Those are people that, if they could, they would just use the N-word, but they can't, so that's what they have to say. Right. That's the way I look at it. Hey,
jobless.
How's it going? Oh, thank you so much for cleaning up, by the way. I'm not gonna get your face, but you're like, people like you that like volunteer. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
What about the pro YouTubers though?
Yeah.
I've had 500,000 views on YouTube in the past 9 or 10 days.
Yep. Yep. That's another thing they say, oh, where's all the trash go? Well, we take care of it ourselves. It's not that crazy.
No, dude, I'm not fucking high. Well, not on weed anyway.
We don't need
the police
constructs, and we can actually do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like me and some other people have been a part of, picking up trash and just cleaning it up, and I mean, people should take care of their own trash. It doesn't always happen. People are.
I mean, look at Japan.
Concrete reporting, I don't know.
You know,
I thought you meant was I high?
Sure, yeah.
Litter around, but you know.
What's cool though is that even watching the march, there was like, you know, the last protest, there was at least 3 or 4 people that were just following the protest, just picking up garbage behind there. I mean, picking up things that weren't there even before the protest went through. That were there before the protest went through, and I was like, that's really cool.
That's like one of the, you know, basically leave it better than you found it.
Exactly. Thing, right?
Exactly.
Leave it better than you found it. So like.
Sam, it shouldn't be too toxic in here.
So let's keep it clean. Let's keep it nice.
Can I ask you a quick question? Like, so I mean, leaving it better than you found it, like.
Well, I hope it's not, because obviously that's not what we're trying, not what we want or what we're trying to do.
Graffiti damage and things like that.
I don't think the graffiti damage is really a thing. A lot of the graffiti is actually like nice, like murals, and it's actually art. You know, there's always going to be some scratch tag kind of shit, but that's not uncommon. I feel like a lot of the graffiti and the art that's going on right now is actually like murals and artists doing their thing, and I agree with it. They're on plaques of wood. It's not on businesses, and if they're on businesses, they're boarded up. It's not damaging any business. It's just an expression of art. And
who built the barricades on top of the barricades, like the wood encasings for the garden blocks?
I'm not sure who did that. I know they redid the barricades just the other day to allow emergency personnel through. I'm not sure who put the wood on there.
So they didn't show up like that. You know?
I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't here for that. That happened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I was working. I was not here for that, but
you have a job? Did you hear that, America?
Oh, I know, right?
Did you hear that,
Hey guys, people here have jobs. Hey.
I'm working 40 to 50 hours Monday through Thursday.
Same here.
And then I come here Thursday through Sunday, and then go back to work. Like, I worked a 12-hour shift today, and I slept for like 2 hours and came back out here to help clean up and do my part, you know?
It's awesome.
So far, everyone I've asked if you have a job, people that were volunteering their time here, has said that they work actually pretty demanding jobs, and then they just take any little bit of free time they have to come down here and volunteer, and they barely get sleep, things like that, you know. So it's like extra insulting for people to say, oh, these people.
How are you guys on YouTube doing? Can I still not convince you guys to come over to Twitch?
That are working their 10 to 12-hour shift, and then they come down here just to be a part of it and help. And
because like if I accept this offer from Twitch, there can be no YouTube streams at the same time.
It's a community that's just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So.
That is super insulting though.
It's like, yeah, seriously.
Bunch of bums down there.
Exactly. It's ad hominem attack. That's all it is.
Yeah. They're like, it's basically just another 10 cities when they call it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anything to tear down the movement, dude. Anything. Literally anything. Because they can't say the N-word.
Like, the fact is, like,
you know, it's funny. I wouldn't until you put it like that. I wouldn't have thought about it in that context, but yeah, I can definitely see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, the fact that like people are encouraging homeless to come up here because there are social workers, there are people that can help the homeless. Like, come live up here where there's water and supplies and information to help you get.
Well, I think I can answer a bit of that question, even though I'm not American, son. Your country was founded on the Constitution. That Constitution is also your protection as a citizen. So I really don't think that Constitution should be changed, if I was to be honest.
Because people are coming up here, like. Some are crazy, some are out of their mind.
After all, the Constitution is there to protect you guys, not the government.
There's people that can help them.
Remember the guy we talked to a guy over here, and he said that he asked if he could like share his. He had a bunch of like legal paperwork in a box of apples, and he was like, you know what? I was wondering if I could tell my story, and I was like, well, I mean, yeah. This isn't like a news channel like that, but he mentioned that he was like, I was going to kill myself a week ago. You know, he's like, I was working for the Port of Seattle. I got laid off. Things have been bad. I've been going through this litigation. It's been terrible. He's like, I'm dealing with a therapist. And he was like, I was up until a week I was going to kill myself. And he's like, and then this movement started. He was like, and I came up and I've been able to commiserate and I've been able to talk to people and be a part of this. And he was like, it gave me a breath of new life. And he was like, yeah. And he's like, I was getting some food. You know, I got some apples here I'm going to take home. And he had his legal documents. And he was asking people here for legal counsel. He's like, hey, is there anything you can help me with? And he was
like, I don't know every word in the Constitution, but I know the basic principles of it.
To like getting legal counsel.
I mean, that's a lot of people living in downtown Seattle where, you know, we're working full time, getting paid shit wages, barely able to survive living down here, but we have to live close because we don't have a car, can't afford a car.
Yeah.
And, you know, like those thoughts are not uncommon, and having this where, It's just the community coming together with civil council, like civil, like actual
And like,
services
even if I
helping
was
each other,
president of your
being
country,
being a part of
I
it.
wouldn't have the
Just
power
shows we
to
don't need
ban
this
guns.
huge
I wouldn't have the
government
power
oversight.
to change the
We can
Constitution.
ourselves most.
And even if I did
Community can be
have the
strong,
power
too.
to ban
That's
guns,
one thing that I think we're
Listen,
trying to
the
prove
that
here.
would
Yeah.
not take the guns out of the hands of criminals. All it would do is take the guns out of law-abiding citizens.
Telling us how to live our life or what we should be doing.
Yep.
I've never like my first place I moved in the city, like when I hit 19 years old, I'm like, I'm moving to Seattle, got a job valet parking downtown Seattle. This is 20 years ago now.
And that's why I hate it when people say I'm not American, so I haven't got a clue, when actually I have, because the Constitution isn't exactly complicated to follow the basic principles.
College students, you know, of course, and the community, the LGBTQ community we have here was great, you know, and it was a real immersion of culture. But this is the most peaceful I've seen groupings on the Hill ever since then, and like following the years.
But that Constitution is what makes America great. That is why your country is so, what's the word? Basically so good, because of that Constitution.
Neighborhood, you know, color-friendly place, and then it's been slowly gentrified, you know, all these buildings, and it's slowly pushing out, and it's nice to see everyone back and actually supporting and loving each other and helping each other out, you know, like.
And I also tell all my American friends, you guys can never allow your guns to be took from
The
you.
last time that we had like a serious violent incident was
This whole place was gassed.
exactly.
Which I wasn't here for that, and that's wild because a lot of people like I didn't get a chance to talk to that notion when people were like, yeah, but the way it started, I was like, all right, well, let's talk about what it is now.
But Sam, you live in one of the best countries in the world.
It's a pretty common experience around here.
What's crazy is Bellevue. I was downtown Bellevue, and I got hit in the back with one of those flashbangs. Well, I was talking to the news broadcaster for like Como News 4 or whatever. We were just chatting, and someone threw a water bottle at the police, something benign. You know, they're wearing their full riot gear, and they got hit with a water bottle. Next thing you know, it was like tear gas, flashbang. I mean, that's like skipped off my shoulder. It was one of those like, what the fuck is happening, man?
That's like when the police said they were throwing an explosive device at them, and it's actually a dollar store prayer candle.
Yeah.
Like my friend has the same one. Like, it's explosive
The only
device,
problem
they have it on
America
SUV
seems to have, which like we have, is unfortunately there is quite a few dodgy cops, and you also have a problem with criminals with guns, not normal law-abiding people, and that's it.
Saturday of the march, I had a cop push me to the ground, pull down my fucking my goggles, and pepper spray me. Like,
Wow!
push me down,
Holy
pull
shit!
it down, pepper spray me. I got pepper sprayed.
I've heard about that
5
kind of
times
stuff.
that day.
Yeah. You see that on the news and stuff, but you don't even about actually like.
You know, I retreated. I had milk poured all over my face, baking soda, water, and then I went back. And the craziest part was when I was listening to a pastor talk in Westlake. We're all on our knees or sitting down listening to this pastor talk about a message of Black Lives Matter and peacefulness. And then from behind us was tear gas and flashbangs.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't doing anything. We were not even approaching police, but they approached us and just assaulted us. And like,
and we'll all have to face the basic truth that you can never stop a crime for occurring. If somebody wants to go crazy with a gun and start shooting people, you guys can't stop that. Just like in the UK, we can't stop a terrorist getting in a car and mowing down loads of people.
We realized it was wrong. Let's do it for you. No, they were actually just running out, and they had to. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
They ran through 82% of their resources for ground control, and so that's why she did the ban. But then, less than 48 hours later, it was tear gas and bombs again. And then after that, there's been nothing because I don't think they have anything. Sweden has stopped sending riot gear to us. Like, I think it's Sweden.
We're getting like riot gear sent from overseas. So it's wild.
But the thing is now,
Sam, I think you should go down to your local gun range and just have a go of a Glock, a little 9mm pistol or something, and just learn how to use it.
I got all that on video too. Yeah, I got all of it.
What's crazy about that is I was talking to my uncle, and he's friends with the owner, right? He was like, and he's got his own views on it, but told me where it was at, and I was like, all right, cool, let's check it out.
Story what happened.
And it wasn't actually like in the chop, like it's up in the area, but it's up outside of the barricades. And then they were talking about how at first, like, anyway, I'm sure you guys all saw the narrative online. How
Absolutely.
But it blew my mind. Is what touched me was that I was like, had the police been involved in that situation, it would have probably, with the crowd there, turned into something bad. Like it would have snapped off. But like the people here, you know, were able to kind of take care of it on their own, and you know, make stories about how it ended up concluding. But what didn't happen was there's no tear gas. No one got
But Sam, what if you were alone in your home and some guy tried to break in,
the group actually was the ones pushing
who was like twice the size of you and weighed 4 times more than you? How would you possibly defend yourself?
By the way, I wanted to touch on that. So you know how, like, they said, for anybody that doesn't know, they said that the justification for one of the days of tear gassing the whole crowd was that that somebody threw, and they called it an IED. This is on their Twitter. It's still there, but one of my viewers just said it. It's still up there. You can check it out on their Twitter. And they said that it was an IED, an improvised explosive device, right? There are pictures, literally pictures of it just being a candle, and there's nothing there. You know, so literally they're calling us terrorists and stuff and saying that we're making improvised explosive device. But then
most legal gun owners probably leave their guns in their gun cabinet and probably very rarely even touch them or get them out. They're just there for just in
They're
case.
on the corner, they're arming up just to scare us, just to put fear in us. Literally the definition of terrorism. You know? Yeah. So exactly. That is literally the definition of terrorism, and the media and
Like if I had a gun, I wouldn't be playing with it every day. I would get the first time I had a gun, I'd probably use it at the range for the first week or so. Then eventually I would get bored of it, and I would lock it away, knowing that it's there, ready to use when needed.
The complete control that police have in our country, and they're actually looking at it now as an actual totalitarian fascism state. Like the UN is looking at us now. I mean, every state in this country is rioting. We have people in other countries. We have Canada. We have Spain. We have Mexico, all marching for George Floyd to end police brutality. And it's really a big civil rights movement. And the fact that Donald Trump said this civil war will be better.
Well, I know some of you guys in America are gun nuts, just like some people like fast cars and
that's something
like
I don't understand.
they're always polishing the car and taking care of the car.
Yep.
So yes, I can understand guns are a hobby as well to you hardcore ones.
We've talked to some people and they talk a lot about how this is an advocate for the civil liberties and for the liberties of all the people here.
Some of you would have machine guns fitted to your outside walls or whatever, if you could get away with it.
And the question that came up was, do you feel like someone would be free to speak?
Rocket launchers, grenades.
Or 100% pro BLM, like the movement here. Like, would they be allowed to be on mic or to speak without extreme reprisal? And then someone mentioned that the guy who the Christian fellow who was.
It's like, I love my technology, my high-end cameras and things like that.
And so that was the thing that I had to wonder was
some guys like the cause. Other people collect stamps and coins. Some guys like guns.
Yeah, no, I think the O in CHOP is supposed to be occupied. Yeah, this is an occupation protest. If you look up protests and the history of protesting, it's a literal.
I think you should just stay where you are, Sam,
where you occupy as much space
and go and get yourself some gun lessons.
And that's what we're doing. That's why they've rebranded the name.
Yeah, instead of
autonomous zone.
Because we're not trying to secede.
And I think you might be pleasantly surprised when you're trained how to use one properly.
About the name too. They didn't expect it. And we need to start thinking ahead too.
Last week when they had the CHOP Town Hill meeting, last week up on 12th, one of the guys was speaking. He's like, we're here to hear everyone's voice. And this old white guy came on and he called us all fascists and hated us.
Sam's probably thinking, hey, I wonder what would happen if I had a proper lesson on how to use a firearm.
If they're stuck in their ways,
that's what I do. Exactly what my stream is supposed to be.
When you have someone against this, you need to teach and educate the most you can.
Sam, you don't need to like have MP5s and AK assault rifles in with your underwear. You just need one little gun, you know. Nobody's saying you should get a rocket launcher.
This is literally the idea behind my stream, by the way.
Our people of color, we love our like LGBTQ people. We love them all, and we're a part of it. And when people speak against it, it's better to educate than to banish and berate them, because when we do that, they just get more anger and more fuel for their fire.
Yeah. This has been really, I think what's really amazing about this too is the exposure factor, and I don't just mean that in like, you know, for the movement to the world. I think for
You can even get all that ammunition that like doesn't go through walls and everything for home defense. So there's very low risk of the fucking the slug leaving the room that you fire it in.
Voicing opinions that elicited some emotion in me that I wasn't expecting. And I was like, wow, okay, I really do have an attached feeling to this, not just the Black Lives Matter, because that's been going on, but about this, the Occupy movement of the chopper here.
But that's how I think I would do that, you know. If I had my first gun, probably play with it for a few weeks, always down the range, firing it, then eventually I would get sick of it and it would just be locked away, ready to use.
The better educated I am as an individual now, and I know that I even took that into my job, and I was able to help do a cultural sensitivity course that we were doing about microaggression and microaffirmations, and I would have had no grounds to talk about it.
You don't need something like that. You could get something that fits in the size of your purse, Sam.
At a macro view, I'm like, wow, okay, like, and so I preach that as much as possible, even before, but like, expose yourself to it. If there's a different viewpoint, expose yourself to it. Like, it might elicit you a response that you didn't expect.
Go there,
Totally.
Show
agitated
up,
education.
Totally. I agree.
Yeah.
Even if you're not exactly sure what's going on, just show up and listen to what the people have to say. Listen
Exactly, that's the predicament. There's too many criminals with guns in America. There's too many bad people with guns in America. So you legal, law-abiding citizens need guns so you're like even with these bad guys.
To actually sit in and listen to that man speak. Now, and I'll make it very clear. Do not stand behind anything
right.
that you could have said. But the power behind that presentation, and to let it really sink in and hit you in the heart and your soul, I'm like, wow, I fucking hate you, man. Like, what you're saying is terrible.
Yeah.
You know, but let it hit you enough so you really feel it. And then you can stand on your laurels and be like, all right, cool, I respect human life, but I appreciate that what I feel right now is real in me. I own this.
And that's the thing right now, we now have that voice.
But I do have to be quite strict on the Constitution, Sam. That is there for you, to protect you. And I don't think you should be calling for change to that.
And just her speech, like the fact that her naming the 8 black people unarmed killed by police since Durkin took office, and you know, Mayor Durkin's trying to take credit for CHOP. She fucking hates us. She doesn't want to be a part of it. She did not.
She's been posturing for sure.
She's trying to make like, oh, I was a part of this the whole time. No, you fucking tear gassed us. You hated us.
But Sam, on the other hand, you're basically saying, by saying that, you're saying that you're willing to be shot and killed by a criminal because you can't defend yourself.
And that's something powerful. Like, I mean, opposite of Hitler.
Right. Again, do not support.
Right.
And I think we're also forgetting something as well, you know, Sam, that most Americans probably never ever in their lifetime need to defend themselves with a gun or even pull a gun on somebody.
I love that feeling that you get to when you're watching someone speak. Like, we were down in front of the precinct, and like TK got on the bullhorn.
Great interview, by the way, if you haven't gotten it yet.
Do Americans say that's true?
We got back from the march. I got a chance to interview TK. It was amazing. Incredible presentation. And the beauty part was watching that speech take form and watching that energy and that vibrancy come alive.
The vast majority of you guys will never ever in your lifetime experience the need to pull your gun on a criminal.
Weren't expecting it. They grabbed the mic, kind of had the megaphone shoved in their hand. And the one gentleman who talked about his brother getting killed by police, and even he was like, I'm watching him from like 3 feet away, like immediately felt that he started feeling.
See?
That.
Well, that's it. It's the media. You read one story about a gun and you think everybody in America is the same, and it's not. It's probably quite rare on the grand scheme of things.
I asked TK about her pronouns, and she said she doesn't really care, but she's a girl, so she goes by she, but she doesn't really care. But you could go she.
I'm a black lesbian woman, is what
yeah.
She, so she, okay. So it makes it easier for me to say what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not sound like an idiot.
Sure, yeah.
Watching her.
It's just like there's plenty of cops that can like serve, I don't know, 30 years as a police officer, and they never ever pull their gun out either, or fire it.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah.
No, just got a bullhorn, and all of a sudden, like, the people that were speaking, all of a sudden were feeling what they were saying, and I'm like, that's power. Yeah. That's power that you're waking up right now to something that you didn't know you had in you.
Yeah, totally.
Well, Sam, I don't think you should be like shot and killed. You should be on a level playing field
But if you don't have that
where you can at least try and fight back.
You might find yourself passionate about this or something that comes from it.
Yeah, that was like one of the craziest things a few weeks ago. Is like my baby mama, she was kind of upset that I was like protesting on the front lines, but I was like, you know, it's my duty to fight for these people because they've been through this horrible shit for hundreds and hundreds of years. Yeah. It's my duty to be on the front line and fight for them. And she's like, you need to call your mom. I called my mom.
You need to call your mom.
I called my mom, who is, my parents are right-wing Republican people.
Sure.
I called my mom, and she's like, I support you. I understand, like, I didn't vote for Trump. I support what you're
If you could get the exact figure of exactly how many people live in America and how many of them's got guns, the statistics would prove that gun crime and violence is actually a very, very tiny figure.
Like, I support you, and I was like, I am surprised, first off, but like, it's crazy how it's now reaching a new level where it's starting to get those, like, you know, people who've been Republican for, you know, conservative reasons, less taxes, are now like seeing the racism and everything that's been a part of it and slowly dissolving out of it, you know. And
absolutely.
It's like, I think you worry yourself too much.
Thanks for talking to us, man.
Pleasure talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all take care.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Let me ask you something. Did you feel like TK was like better, even more well spoken in an interview, like one-on-one, than on the mic or than on the bullhorn? Yeah, wasn't that crazy?
TK was great.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, she's like even better just a one-on-one.
Yeah,
holy fuck.
What's funny is she was sitting on the ground, just like kind of like, oh god, and she looked over and was like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, you knew it was coming, right?
Yep.
All right, so I was like, let me help you up.
Yeah.
Drink some water. Let's do this. And it was like, anytime you get someone talking and a crowd starts forming, that feels cool because you know something's happening, right?
Yeah.
Like, people kind of silly around, and you can just watch like it was almost like TK was gonna start breakdancing.
Yeah. Here it comes. About to spit some truth.
Like America's just got its problems like we have over here.
My favorite interview of everyone I've gotten.
I think you guys, more than anything, should be concerned with your healthcare system and how much that costs you guys. That's what you should all be trying to resolve and sort out.
I asked him about Juneteenth. I was like, hey man, like a lot of people are texting in, like are messaging in on our feed that have no idea what Juneteenth is. I was like, could you explain that? And he had some great stuff to say too. Those two today were like the highlights. I mean, other than of course,
well, if them figures are correct,
awesome,
that
right?
Saturn Spawn has posted there, then yes, that's a tiny figure.
Yeah.
A lot of them were angry as hell too.
Like, I've never experienced anything like this before.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa.
I'll tell you too. Your viewership will like just fucking skyrocket with marches. People love the marches.
Exactly, that's what you guys should be
like,
bitching about, your healthcare
it's
system.
like violence porn. People want to see it.
Not so much the system, but how much you guys have got to pay.
Hi, Tracy. Yeah. It's CJ Halliburton, by the way. They're asking.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting each other over the Constitution, which is your protection.
So, you know, one thing that I found interesting is that sometimes people will like they'll be in the chat, they'll be watching the shit, and they'll be like, oh, look at the homeless. Oh, you just let the homeless in here, you know? One of the stupid rumors that there was is that the homeless had eaten and drank all our donations, so now we didn't have any. So I know, and we had a surplus for weeks, you know. Like,
well, I wouldn't include suicides in them figures because that's not really criminal activity, so you could take them out.
Like 2 bags of apples and like an orange, and then like we came back like 2 days later, and it was like
they had
a city block.
Yep, they had to expand it.
It was set up, and that was just one side of it. You've got across the street there was another couple. Then you had feeding the movement, or feeding what I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
And that was the sorry.
It's all good.
They are the same views I've held for years, buddy.
That guy too. It was Feed the Movement, right? Was that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and it was cool. And he talked about like the kitchens that are involved in donating food, and man, it was very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, well, one thing that I find is interesting, because you get all those people that are always, they like, you know, just like, do these people have jobs? How do they shower? Like, one of the ones that they always throw out is, oh, the homeless. Oh, look at the homeless, blah blah blah. But it's so obvious that it's concern trolling, because part of what we're talking about here with defunding and then reallocating is making programs for the homeless. Like literally, like they're like, oh, but look at all the homeless there. It's like, yeah,
I could do as much damage in my cause what one magazine and a pistol or an AR-15 could do.
On ignorance so easily, and it's, you know.
And it's funny because they're pointing out something that is it's a common issue in Seattle. Like there is a drug.
That tiny little bullet actually has to hit somebody with my big car, then I can knock people over like Skittles.
Our VA down here, like there's a ton of veterans that are dealing with a huge amount of mental issues, and there's a lot of drugs involved in that too. So people are like, oh yeah, well, what about? Like, what about it, man?
They're gonna put you in Harborview for 72 hours, and then make sure you don't kill yourself, and then let you right back out.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed. It's not real help, you know.
Dude, I had we were living over here on First Hill, and one of my best friends had a little bit of a psychological breakdown, and that's exactly what happened. They had the evaluators come to the house. They took him over to Harborview. They did their eval. Like you said, it was like a 72-hour.
Not from afar, no, that's right.
He was chill.
But if I was in a crowded car park or something, I could do a lot of damage.
But yeah, it totally was a very chill situation. So what are they talking about? A lot of the funding, like defunding the police.
Or if I mounted a busy public pavement in the car, I could cause a lot of damage.
All the time too. It's hard because it's always in flux. It's always in flux. Yeah, in private messages, everybody wants to know, is it abolish, is it
It's the
defund?
person
Really,
pulling the trigger, and it's the person behind the wheel of the car.
I feel like those people are
They're
really
in
just trying
control.
to,
It's
just
not
trying
the
to poke
car
holes as
that's
much as they can, and they'll never be
dangerous.
happy,
It's
you know,
not the gun that's
bad faith
dangerous.
arguments.
It's the person behind it.
Concern trolling. Concern trolling is where like people they'll act like they're like they could maybe be like swayed to your side, but then they'll be like, but the homeless, or but you know, like something that isn't even a fucking issue. They don't really care. They're just trying to bring your message down any way that they can. You know, it's like it's a whole string of like bad faith type arguments and like weird like logical fallacies that people use to just like mind fuck other people into thinking, okay, maybe I lost that argument when they didn't have a point in the first place.
Yeah,
you know?
they had no stance to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I got roped in. I got one guy. I took the bait on it. So did this one guy.
And I always believe that the vast majority of people are good people. People don't want to harm people.
And it was one of the questions that came up. Like, my guy Brandon's been great. He's been running the feed.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Me the questions. And so I've been able
Wish I had a sidekick, man.
This guy's a stud. He's been like, because he's been feeding, like, reading the questions.
Exactly, anything
so
can.
A lot of viewership is like interaction with the people that I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to actually ask this person what you're asking me. So it's been great, but
unfortunately, I cannot support any calls to take away the guns of legal gun holders in America. I just can't.
But one of the things I had to like
say, I'm here doing this, you know.
And I was like, I don't know. I mean, 14,000 people saw the last stream, and I was like, that's a platform. I was like, how about instead of asking me what I've done, tell us what we can do.
Yeah,
to help the black community. I was like,
great.
This is your platform right now, bud. But I went back and forth with him, but I was like, man, these trollers get you. And then he was like, man, whatever, I see why I threw you, white boy, or whatever, you're white, or whatever. And he's like, I'm out of here. Yep. And then like 45 minutes later, he's back on, and he's like trying to like troll it up.
Yep.
I've got my boy Steve. He's like the best. He's down in LA right now, the guy I'm going to visit. And he'll pick those people up when he's watching. He roast the hell out of them. He's like, oh, okay, well, if you want to get on here and have an issue, like, we'll go ahead and have a laugh. But the dude's like, he's a roast master. What's the guy name? What's the dude? The Roast King. He does all the.
Jeff Ross.
Jeff Ross,
yeah, he got on with Jeff Ross actually. Got to roast him.
Oh shit, that's awesome. That's epic.
Well, it's a bit of a myth that they've been eroded. Basically, anybody can get a shotgun if they want one.
And just start cracking on people. They're like, I'm out of here. This guy's making me look real bad.
Yeah, you know, like with your stream as it grows, you're gonna notice that there are like certain people that come back every day, and the ones that and of those, you kind of want to try and pick the ones that you feel like you can trust and just make them mods, and then tell them you want them. Well, if they're gonna already be here, just get rid of those people.
You can also get extremely high-powered air weapons as well that go through a full. The fucking slug will go through a full telephone book.
I started that, so I started that way on just my page, and then we realized after it started like exponentially multiplying viewers, oh my God, I need help with my mods. But if you can't really help like put people as like mods on your own personal page, so you gotta make like a media page on Facebook, and that's what I did, and named it Concrete Reporting, and then if you switch over early on and just make sure all your viewers know, they'll just seamlessly go over, and then you can just basically have
If
people
I
help
lived in
you.
America, I
And
would
they're
have a
watching
nice
and they can just like
pistol,
boom, take
and
it
I'd
off,
have a
like
nice
you get rid of that person, get rid of that person.
assault rifle.
You know, I have
they
to go
would be
pretty
the
soon, but
two
I
I
want
had.
to repeat. You know, obviously we're always trying to learn, and we're trying to repeat what we learn and what we hear, and to amplify the black voices that we've heard. So I thought that maybe you might have seen this speech recently. It was the other day, maybe not, but there was this black gentleman. He was saying. He said this thing, it keeps ringing in my head, and I really wanted to tell all the other streamers because it's a really interesting message. He said that, you know, he's like, they call us thug on the media because they can't say the N-word.
In fact, I can get an air gun.
And they call you,
I can buy one online. I don't need a license for it for a certain power.
And I was
Take
like, it just
down
rung in my head
animals.
over and over again, you know. Like I
I
was
can
like,
have
dude,
one
that's
within
so
48 hours if I
fucking
want
true,
one.
dude. Like,
No background
because
checks or nothing.
obviously, I think we all can, we can all identify that thug is coded language. It's
For a
easily coded
shotgun,
language.
I've got to have
It
a
means
police
the N-word.
background check.
No matter what, when you hear it, that's what it means. And but I didn't really think about as a white person, the Antifa part. Like they're calling us Antifa because they can't call us N-word lover, you know, which is totally true, like 100%. And I was like, damn, I want to amplify that shit everywhere. Holy fuck. Identify coded language when you hear it and call it out because it's bullshit.
Yep, guns are really powerful these days, especially with that compressor.
Yeah, no problem. Dude, I'm really excited I got to talk to you because I feel like damn, give me a hug, man.
Get in here.
I'm so sorry I judged you, you know, like the first time I saw you, you know.
White guy, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and actually somebody wanted me to tell you that there's about 400 people. A lot of people think you're a cop. So yeah.
What is it about me? It's the body. Like
I think it's the body type. You know, usually you see somebody like you, they're really like into themselves, or like, you know, they're, you know, and usually that's the kind of person that's like, oh, my skin must be supreme, you know, that kind of person, you know, like, yeah.
If
But
I
no,
can
you're totally
sustain
not that.
100 viewers, right,
Yeah, I can.
after
I
these
can
protests,
guarantee
then I will
vouch this guy
accept
is
the
not a
affiliate
cop.
status.
So yeah.
I'll be happy with 100
So yeah,
viewers.
just to remind you guys, CJ Halliburton, just like the company, evil company.
Nothing to do with the company.
If you guys want to follow
I just
him,
get
I'm
too
gonna try and
many
get him
viewers
kinda
on
linked
YouTube
into
at the
our
moment
kinda
to
streaming
abandon that.
network, and then we can expose, or we can expand our reach of our voice, you know. So and then also everybody, I'm gonna go because I said I was gonna leave over an hour ago, so I got caught up. Thank you guys. Also, Tracy Kendrick is in there, and she is going to be a new streamer, so check her out too. I'll talk to you guys all later, and I'll see.
And I think he was the last live streamer. Well, that's been streaming for an hour with 0 dropped frames and 0 disconnections. In fact, one of these cameras has audio on it. Let's see which one it is. Yes, chop. The 51st state of America. You lost the last of your chop coins. SEAL Team Raz, I know we will see you again, buddy. Just for you guys, hold on, I'll do a little scan, see if anything's going on in Portland. Got one guy for you. Stand by. Damn, he's just went off. One pop. I told you guys, you just have to try Twitch for 48 hours. Don't just watch me, explore the site. There has to be something here you like. Check out The Real Shook. Some of you new guys to Twitch might enjoy watching him. He's an American that's currently staying in Australia for 2 years. Streaming on high quality equipment, camera on his shoulder. Andy Milanakis, he's very entertaining as well, especially when he does his travelling streams when he goes to different countries around the world. This guy's stream fishing, there's everything here. There's even a good computer game player that often also, when he's not playing games, he streams from the shooting range. Well, you guys on YouTube that's saying you love Andy Milanakis, he has his own Twitch channel. He's on here nearly every day. Live. No pre-recorded videos. He streams live from his wherever he is at the moment, his bedroom or out on the street. No, I don't, Sam. Unfortunately, because I was asleep. Well, the day before. But I can even do things like this with you guys. Well, if I can figure out how to do it. watch videos, do anything. Does the audio work, guys? Can you hear him and me? Testing 1 2, echo check 1 2 2 2.
Right, so I can't film much inside with it because the guys have got a radio going.
So you're getting both audios, you're getting the former and you're getting me, Sam.
I get into all sorts of trouble with copyright. So I know a lot of you asked how we sealed between the tin cladding and the concrete walls. Well, from the outside, it's like that. It's do you know what? This thing is going to be nearly airtight.
Right, because it's a long time since I've done this, so hold on.
Yeah, fair play. Right, it's a long time since I've done this. Then nothing getting in through there.
That should be better in about 10 seconds to you guys.
Right, shall we have a look at a hole in the end?
That should be better in about 10 seconds to you guys. What about that?
That's where the fan's going.
What about that?
Oh. My blue tit nest hole's been blocked up. Okay. Well.
It's low, that means we're getting there. Hold on.
There you go.
It's low, that means we're getting there. Hold on.
Proper job. Wait for it.
What about now? Has his audio gone up? What about now? Has his audio gone up?
I'm not sure if I'm actually going to have that much to share with you today. I might have to maybe put some clips from yesterday or the day before just to make up a bit of time on here, because otherwise I'm going to have a 6-minute video. So maybe a bit of...
So we're going to make pretend that we haven't actually already opened it, so it's all wrapped up nice and neatly.
Good, because I need you guys here to test this, because I can't listen to that audio you're listening to without my headphones on. I need you guys here to test this, because I
Well, he wrapped it really well, alright? Look, I started unwrapping it, I just slipped them in sellotape. I thought, I'll take it out there nice and
Yeah, but
neat.
it took you ages.
Ignore the echo, guys, that's because I haven't got headphones on. The echo would go away if I had headphones on. The echo, guys, that's because I haven't got headphones on. The echo would go away if I had headphones on.
I've come home from my lunch, and my lovely daughter, Emma, aka back work and lifting trainer.
You're all wrong.
And I found a parcel addressed to me from
On the table.
who's that from? I can't read it.
John Aldous. Aldous.
I've just got to remember how to do this, so it's been a hell of a long time.
Be careful. You already know what's inside.
And oh look, there's a box inside. We're pretending that I haven't actually already unwrapped this, so just run with it, okay? I wonder what that could be. It's quite light.
It is. Just open it.
Okay. I just slit it. Is it there? There's a cow in there.
There's a cow in there.
Cow in there. Look. Look familiar? Like look in a mirror.
Oh no.
Yeah. I wonder what this could be. Oh look, a letter. I haven't read. I've decided you can read that.
So Holly's not the only one that's dyslexic. I think we're just a family full. Holly's not the only one that's dyslexic. I think we're just a family full.
Dorset. What's the station trooper about?
You want to give a little press release?
I'm good.
What's that? Name, badge number?
I'm not the guy that talks to the press. So.
Name and badge number?
Have a good one.
Constable. Name and badge number.
What?
Name and badge number.
Why?
Who are you?
Why do I have to do
You gonna represent your office like this? What's your name and badge number? What's his name?
Masters? Yes. Give me just a second, sir.
B Masters. Got a badge number?
Okay, guys, you gotta step back. I don't mind what you're doing, but you gotta step back a little bit.
Okay.
Give us room, right?
All right. Where do you
jeopardize anybody's?
Where do you want us to stay?
Okay.
How far?
The curb is fine, man.
Okay.
You can do what you do, but don't impede my progress.
Oh no, I'm not.
That's fair,
I'm not.
right?
I just got here, man.
Well, I'm not sure why you're here, but you can't be here. But I mean, not in my face.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not. I just got here, man.
Alright, where is that audio coming from? Found you. I found that audio leak. I'm not putting any more on Sam. In fact, I'm ending the feed to YouTube for copyright reasons, so we can go over to YouTube and shut that down first, because we can do anything like this on Twitch, playing videos and talking about them from YouTube. That's okay, but not on YouTube itself. So let's say goodbye to the YouTube viewers. So far, everything seems to be okay.
I'll be 100% honest. When I first saw you guys.
Right guys, last opportunity for you guys in YouTube to come on over to Twitch. Anything like this on Twitch. Right guys, last opportunity for you guys in YouTube to come on over to Twitch. I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube viewers and we will be back later on today. There's the link to Twitch. Thank you for being with us. Some of you have been here for hours. There's the link to Twitch. Thank you for being with us. Some of you have been here for